Hey everyone, welcome back to the Thundertron podcast. So today I'm going to be discussing and giving you my thoughts on the recently revealed Transformers Legacy Evolution G2 Universe Leader Class Grimlock. So this is part of the Toxitron collection, which is a Walmart exclusive subline within the Legacy Evolution line. So the majority of the stock will be on Walmart.com. I have not checked their website yet. I am assuming it is available for pre-order and purchase right now. Again, I have not checked, so I cannot for sure tell you that. Really just a guess. And of course, it is a small amount of stock on Hasbro Pulse right now. Unfortunately, as of the time I'm recording this audio, it is sold out on HasbroPulse.com. As of the time I'm recording this audio, they've actually already been and done, the premium hour and of course the everybody can purchase it hour. And since it's a Walmart exclusive, they sell out very, very fast. I do have to say, if you are unable to actually purchase it from Hasbro and you want to, do actually pay close attention to Hasbro Pulse, because I've actually seen several times where I've already, purchased the exclusive, and sometimes, I just pay attention to pay attention. I've actually seen them, go from sold out to available for pre-order off and on. Like maybe a couple days later, they'll actually bring it back for pre-order because maybe they have more, copies available for pre-order than they actually thought. So if you were unable to actually get it from Walmart or Hasbro, definitely pay attention to Hasbro, because I've actually seen them actually bring it back available a couple times, before the actual release. So make sure you pay attention to that. Getting into the details and my thoughts on this figure, this is actually using the Stu Series 86 Grimlock figure, which is definitely highly ranked and reviewed amongst the Transformers community. I think some people have actually said it's the best Stu Series figure ever and one of the best leaders ever, which I actually think it's a really solid release. I wouldn't probably put it that high on my ranking, but it is a very good figure. I highly recommend. I was actually never able to get the Stu Series 86 release, but I actually recently did get the Shatterglass release. Of course, mold-wise, there is no change. Of course, just a heavy repaint, redeco. It's not that classic G1 deco a lot of people want. That's probably why it's so expensive on the aftermarket. But I still actually do highly recommend, if you can get any version of this mold, I would highly suggest you. Of course, most likely people are going to want that G1 deco, myself included. But I do actually have to say the Shatterglass release is still a really good figure to fill that space in your collection if you just want that mold, if you want to experience it no matter the deco. I think it's a really good choice to pick. My only problems with the past Shatterglass release were I think it should come with more accessories or just more pieces, maybe some new molding. Considering that was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, if you did watch my review, you probably remember me mentioning this. It's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, and he actually does come with less accessories than the mainline release. They did remove that non-transformable wheelie, which I know a ton of people had a problem with. My idea, which I actually still think would be a really cool idea today, they could have done it for this figure. They could actually take maybe the non-transformable wheelie and actually put it in those G2 colors for this figure and the Shatterglass colors for the Shatterglass release. Or if they wanted to go the extra mile, maybe they could have added a couple extra dollars for this. They actually could have taken the transformable release from the core class scale, and they could have actually, of course, done the G2 colors and the Shatterglass colors. I do understand a lot of people didn't like that non-transformable wheelie. That's a valid complaint, but still, it would have been a nice inclusion. No, it doesn't transform, but again, if they wanted to go the extra mile, they could have actually taken the Transformer one and of course include it with those. Unfortunately, they did not take that opportunity, so it's a bit weird how both exclusives using this mold, the Walmart and the Hasbro, actually do come with less accessories than the mainline. But that's really my only, I would say, major complaint. Would I say this is an improvement over the Shatterglass one? No, it's really just a matter of preference, of course, of which deco you prefer. I do like all the metallic blue, the yellow, and the silver. Really crazy colors, very bright colors. You probably can't stare at this figure for too long because it's just so popping and, just wow. I do like his blaster, but again, a new sword or like a blaster piece would have been a nice inclusion. I actually really do like the box art. Interesting enough, of course, this is one figure we've kind of known about and kind of talked about for so long now. We actually learned about this, I think, back in like February or March when they did their first Walmart Collector Con of 2023, when they revealed Cloud Cover, Jazz, and Toxitron himself. We actually did have some leaked images of just the box of Grimlock. We had no images of the actual figure at that time, and we were actually assuming before Walmart Collector Con we were going to get that figure up for pre-order, but it never did. So it's been a while since we've actually known and heard about this character and this figure, so it's actually really nice to come full circle and actually have it up for pre-order. I actually really do like the T-Rex mode. It actually is really, really cool. The tail has never been my favorite. There's a bit of kibble at the back, but it really doesn't bother me that much. There's quite a bit of articulation with this figure, which is really nice. The weapon storage was never really the greatest, you know. In a way, I can actually cut some slack, because, you know, it's a T-Rex. Like, where are you going to put a giant double-barrel blaster on a T-Rex and it actually look good? And typically, I do just store up to the side, so that really does not bother me. I actually really like the transparent orange in his neck. I think that looks really cool. And unfortunately, does have that continuous problem that the last two versions had, where he doesn't really have front teeth. You know, there's just a gap there. I try not pay attention to it. You know, if you look at the T-Rex from the side, you can barely even tell. Only really when you look at the figure from, you know, straight on in the T-Rex mode, you can tell there's a gap there. I know there are some upgrade kits. I typically don't really upgrade my figures or modify them, but if you want to, of course, go right ahead. That's an option for you. Most likely they will probably make an upgrade kit for this figure, because I'm pretty sure they did make one for the 86 release. I'm pretty sure they made one for Shatterglass, and they will most likely make one for this Walmart release. But yeah, overall, as for complaints, that's really it. You know, a new accessory would have been nice, but I think it's definitely a very solid release. Let me know what you think of this figure in the comment section down below. Will you be picking it up, or will you be passing on it? And do you agree with me that this figure should have come with more? Do you think it should have come with like a sword, or maybe like a mini-con or blaster piece? Because personally, it never really made sense that the exclusives got less accessories than the actual mainline one. Never really understood that. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.